Hi, I'm Sean, and I'm from Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, and this is my wife, Candi.
Hi, I'm Candi, and I am from Savannah, Georgia.
We live at Red Frog Beach Resort, and we live in a villa here, and it's a small community. It's somewhat private, and it's on Bastimentos, beautiful beaches, a marina. Obviously, we're sitting in the marina on our boat today, and it's just a beautiful, quiet Caribbean neighborhood. I don't know.
Yes, we live in a villa. We have some neighbors, lots of people from all over the world that have called Red Frog their home. And we live in a small community, probably about 15 people that live here year round. We have been here about a year.
Yeah, I guess it was really the January 1st or 2nd we came here full time.
Well, I am all about the warm weather. I like the warm weather. It is always at least 80 degrees here and sunny, as you can tell today. It's always been on my bucket list to live somewhere where we can relax in the sun and sand. So that was really on the top of my list.
Obviously, we were actually kind of becoming empty nesters, and she obviously wanted to be somewhere tropical, and where we were in the States had this nice little community with a resort kind of life, with a dock area where you could have your boat and the beach and everything walking distance. And so, her requirement was, hey, we got to go retire somewhere that's warm, and it's not as easy as you think to find all those things in one spot. And we finally found this place because of the marina and the proximity to the beach and the housing and all that. It all just fit, so that's why we're here. For me, we're almost in it. It's the water and the islands and the boating and all that. I absolutely love it. In fact, you almost can't get around Bocas del Toro without a boat of some sort to really enjoy all the outlying islands and things like that, because there's it's an archipelago here. There's lots to see.
It is. It's an amazing place. The people here are inviting and warm. They welcome you in. If they see you need a hand getting in and out of your pang or your boat, whatever, they're always here to help you. It's just an amazing environment.
Just about every day it's something that's the best thing. I mean, especially when you first get here, it's just you're amazed. Best experience is
I would definitely say the wildlife here is amazing. Every day it's just shocking how much wildlife there is actually living in this area in Panama and Bocas del Toro. The birds here, the green parrots are everywhere. They fly by every day. The sloths, there are sloths on every tree. Two-toed, three-toed. It's amazing that they still live in this environment even though there's still so many people. There are dolphins that literally swim by every day in the marina. And stingrays, there are even little baby nurse sharks that come in here all the time. Okay. And you can go out and find lobsters and snappers all the time if you want to go spearfishing. It's just amazing that people and animals and wildlife can still cohabitate, and you can see it every day here in this area. So that's probably my favorite thing about Panama and Bocas del Toro.
The favorite actual individual thing I've done since I've been here was we did a few day trip to Escudo.
Yeah, that was nice.
And that island is truly like going back in time. You might think a dinosaur might come out of the woods. It's so beautiful and unspoiled. It's magical. I mean,
it is a gem.
I can't even unless you go there, I can't even really describe it. Yeah. And I feel absolutely so lucky to do that, because I talk to a lot of Panamanians. It's so hard to get to that they they just say I'm so lucky, and I feel that I am lucky to be able to have done that, because there's so many people in Panama that actually have lived there their whole lives and have never been. So to me, that's probably one of the favorite things I've done.
Definitely. It's a gem. That place is a gem.
Well, that's a good question. I like to say I guess we're semi-retired, because, I mean, obviously we came here to retire, but we're so young for being retired people that you can't just sit around and do nothing. And my previous life, I was a private sailboat charter captain in Maui, Hawaii. And so that was when we first got married. And then, okay, the kids come and all that. But it's kind of like all of a sudden we're getting back to what it was like 20 years ago or so. I won't say how old we are. But yeah, so we're kind of getting back to that. And so our part-time retirement job, working hobby is, running this boat we're on, and we do, private charters with that. So owning a boat in Panama is actually a very easy thing to do. With the canal and the maritime law here, it goes way back, and it's very, very maritime friendly, meaning, it's anybody's been on a cruise has probably seen all the ships with, they're registered in Panama, and there's a reason for that, because, they are very boat friendly here. Obviously, if you have a boat home and you're moving here, it is a chore to get it here. You're going to have it shipped, or you're going to have to drive it yourself, which, and there are costs involved with that, no matter what. If you have a boat at home, you pay your ad valorem tax, or you might have property tax on them, or whatever. Here, it's set up pretty easy. I pay every 2 years a fee, and it's very reasonable. I wouldn't say it's any more, actually might be less here than back home. And so that's the easy part. That's, once you get it all figured out, it's not a big deal to own a boat here in Panama. But if you want to put it somewhere, you're gonna have to put it in a marina, and that is a little trickier. Because there are only so many marinas on this Caribbean side. Now, it's just the way it is. And so we have, in this area, there's 2 marinas, and one of them actually happened to be here where we live. So there's going to be costs associated with that. You could rent a slip, and which most people do. And in this marina, the IGY Red Frog Marina, you're going to look about, I think it's going to be around $400 a month is probably what you're going to get out of here a month with, because there is a minimum foot charge. So I believe it, when I was talking to the manager, he said it would be, but my boat's bigger than that. So what we ended up doing was there happened to be a few slips for sale in here. So we actually bought one, which is even harder to do because there's very limited amount of that. And so we just actually only are responsible for the amount of electricity or water we use, and a small monthly fee that's maybe $200 a month, something like that. So,
not to mention everywhere that you can go in your boat. I mean, we could sail all the way to Playa Estrella, or we could go to Zapatia. We can go anywhere that we like, because we are, again, mobile. If we feel like it, we can go any of those places. Yeah. It's fantastic.
You don't get island fever.
We don't.
The cost of living here in Panama, I can only speak of cost of living in Red Frog Beach Resort in Panama. And since it is a private community, the owners have to pay for that privacy. So I would say it's a little more expensive living here than other places in Panama. But where we came from, it's really not that much. It's not that much different. Actually, some things are cheaper. In fact, the only thing that I would say would be more expensive, which is ironic, is electricity here, and that's specific to this island at this resort, because we generate all our own electricity because the grid hasn't made it out here yet. But other than that, everything is, pretty much, like I said, we came from a resort area
in Hilton Head Island.
Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. So it's really not. It's not any different.
You will spend considerably less here going on the Panga to Bocas, walking around, buying your vegetables at Oliver's. I just went yesterday and I spent $9.70 and I got an entire bag of everything that's fresh, everything that's delicious. I mean, my friend just told me that she spent $9 on a bag of carrots. So you're definitely going to spend less money on better produce here than you would at home, you know, in the States, that is. And then as far as fish, obviously, you're going to get way better fish and lobster, way fresher, way just quality items here. I mean, tuna, for example, is $6. What is it, a pound, right?
Yeah.
$6 a pound. At home, I don't even know what it is. It's like so expensive there.
Probably double that.
It's definitely double there. I think a friend of mine said she bought tuna and she said it was $14 a pound. So you can see where, you know, we may pay a little bit more in power, but we're definitely getting a much cleaner, more organic type product here than you're going to get at home. So that's just some things to think about when you're thinking about coming to Bocas del Toro. I would say that it isn't an issue. I like to try to speak Spanish. I do try to practice. The only time I really find it a huge ordeal is probably at an airport. But we are trying hard to practice and learn. I do find that the Panamanian people as a whole are very generous with their learning to speak English and my broken Spanish. Together, we usually try to find our way. I teach yoga and do yoga a lot, and I have found that this community, there's a lot of yoga here, and so I like to go to other people's classes and then I teach it, and I have made just so many friends here just doing that. It's amazing. Also, I have found that local business owners and people that work in local businesses are always ready to make new friends. I find that that is one of the best things about Panama, and especially Bocas del Toro. They kind of work together, lean on each other, and everyone knows everybody. It's amazing. It's definitely a small town living, which is where I came from, so it's great. I feel like I fit right in there. I really appreciate it.
I feel completely safe here. There's, I mean, I've not once felt uncomfortable about anything, and not even like you just leave your key in your golf cart. I mean, it's not like it's gonna go anywhere. We're on this little island. I mean,
I go by myself as a woman anywhere in Bocas del Toro, Carnero, Solarte, and I have no problems. Even when you go to the bank, there's a guard there. You don't have to worry about that. I mean, people are very helpful. I think that they're busy doing their own thing. They're not worried about you. That's not a concern.
Oof.
Donuts. Definitely donuts. I miss donuts.
That's funny. All right, I'll go with the usual suspects, the friends and family, because that's really, you know, it's a long way to go. Yes. Donuts, I like that. The friends and family, they, it, you know, everybody says they're going to come visit. It's not hard to get here, but it does take an effort, and so it's not like, you know, just going down the street to see somebody.
We've had a lot of visitors.
But we have had a lot of visitors, and they do like it, and
they do,
and it's great. Yeah, it's that's probably about it. And driving, believe it or not, I don't miss driving. But not driving like in the cities back home where it's like so super crowded. Just like through the local neighborhood driving, you know, like you drive in your car, you know, that you now it's. I used to be a car collector, but now I'm a golf cart collector, I guess. I think the service is pretty good, you know. I mean, it's right on par with back in the States. I would say it's actually cheaper. The cheaper. Cell phone service. Internet probably is about the same. From what I've seen, most areas. Ours is a little higher here. It's all a complete wireless network. So
I think I pay... I think it's $25 a month for unlimited internet, 3G, LTE, whatever that is, you know, and then unlimited WhatsApp, which is what most people use here.
Yeah. Wow, we love it all.
It would be hard to decide.
It's great. I mean, it just depends what you want to do that day. obviously there's limited places on this island here where we're at, but right
Yes.
here at La Rosa on the resorts restaurant, we go there.
They always have good specials. It's
It
very
depends if
good.
you want the view of the pool and the ocean, or you want to be right on the beach with the the tacos. I don't know. But in town, there's great food. There's there's
Ultimate Refugio has the best lobster risotto.
Oh.
It's very good.
So it depends what it depends what you want. Like
And
go to
then
Ohm. You want
Ohm
the
is always
Indian
top
food.
notch. They it's
So
Sunanda's
and
so
then
nice.
of course, floating bar if you want to be
Yeah.
on the water.
If you want to have a good time, that's always the place to go. I mean, it just kind of depends on what you want to do.
It really depends on your mood
Yeah.
and who you're with and what you want to eat. I miss the water and the beautiful weather and the nature and the people.
Ditto. And that would be really hard. It would be hard to leave here now that I've been here for so long. It's like home now. So.
Yeah, I'll be connected. It's the community, the people, the nature, and that's it.
I know.
Yeah,
I
just
know.
wrapped up in a ball. That's what it would be.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? Yeah.
If you're planning a vacation and you're looking at a Central South American country or something, I would definitely recommend Panama. And Panama has many different kinds of geographical spots in such a small country that's about the size of South Carolina. But you have the Continental Divide. You have two oceans. There's hot places, cold places. It's white sand, dark sand. Find out what you like, or visit them all if you have the time. But I would highly recommend coming to Bocas because it is a neat little Caribbean gem. Most people don't think of that when they think of Panama, the Caribbean. They think of the Pacific side, and it's something worth visiting. And then you'll know if it's for you. I would highly recommend it. Definitely come here and visit. And even if you're thinking about moving here, I would definitely come and rent somewhere for a while and see what you like. Or come sailing with us. We'll take you everywhere.
And everybody says it is hard to get to, but that's what makes it special. If you don't have to work just a little bit for it, then everybody would do it. So you should just come on down, and you should take the Pango over and buy your $9 groceries and sit at the beach and drink out of a coconut. What's the worst that could happen? You could fall in love with a place like everybody else. So.